What it comes down to is there's a certain kind of person that just loves to scare people.
This is John Murdy, creative director for Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios Hollywood, who for the last 13 years has created some of the most terrifying haunted house mazes of all time.
The most important thing of all, of course, is the art of scaring people. And it really is an art form. In fact, we study psychology. We study what people are afraid of. For example, 10% of people in North America are afraid of clowns. It's just a fact. But there's also lots of things that involve geometry, actually. For example, if I was a character and I was coming at you and I came at you from the front, you could see me coming from a mile away. But if I come at you from your peripheral vision, you don't see me till I'm right on top of you, and that's what we mean by playing the angles. When we sit down to design a maze, actually how we start usually is we have Post-it notes, and we put them up on the wall, and we write down categories. So it might be scenes, environments, characters. So when we're doing something like Stranger Things, you know, the first thing that comes to mind is the Byers house, the Upside Down. When we study these things, we think of all of those iconic environments and how can we bring them to life for our guests so that they can experience them at Halloween Horror Nights. All of those things have to be identified so you know what to work off of. And after doing this for 13 years, it's a well-oiled machine. I actually started as a home haunter when I was 10 years old. It was 1977. It was the summer Star Wars came out. And the very first haunted house I did was Star Wars themed. As I started going along in my home haunting career, I did it for like 4 years in my parents' house. I got more and more ambitious every year I went along until my dad finally shut me down. And he shut me down for a very important reason. I was playing Norman Bates, I was jumping out of the shower, and right before we opened the doors this particular Halloween, my father looked over and I was holding a real butcher knife that I just took out of the kitchen. And he was like, oh my God, we're gonna be sued, you can't do this. That visceral thrill of scaring people is unlike anything else that you can experience anywhere else in the world. What it comes down to is there's a certain kind of person that just loves to scare people.